Hello, everybody. How are you doing out there? So, I received the other day a Mars printer to unbox. I'll be testing this out. They've been trying to get one to me for probably about a month and a half, but with that amazing deal they had going on Amazon, they've just kind of not been able to have any in stock. But now they do have some in stock, so they sent one out for me to test. This will go along with my Anycubic photon here, and this is sent to me from Elegoo themselves. They also sent along a 500 milliliter container of blue resin to try out. I don't even know that actually, I in looking for some numbers for this, I have seen it now, but I don't think I'd seen it before. So this was a new color to me. They're blue, so I'll be using that to print with tonight. I've also got some models sent over to me from the new Dark Realms Kickstarter, and that'll be in the description once I'm done here. Actually, I'll probably post it here. I've got a shortened version of it, so that'll take you right to it. It's the multi-race townsfolk. It looks actually pretty awesome, so that's one to check out. And I actually just posted this on Facebook saying that I was going to be doing this unboxing. Oh, I guess here's the camera. And had the creator send me a couple of models from the Kickstarter, as well as one of the models, ones that he says really cool, from his Patreon as well. That is also, miniatures based. So, and it's perfect to use miniatures when you're going to be printing on one of these. This is this is actually absolutely everything I print on my Photon is miniatures. I've got a bunch of Kickstarters, or a bunch of Patreons, a bunch of Kickstarters that I back. I actually backed the last Patreon by Mia K at the commercial level, so I can start selling familiars, because I think that might actually be something I could at least break even on, at least in the local market. I don't plan on selling them through the mail, because that's kind of a pain in the butt, but I think I could probably sell enough at local cons and stuff to make up my money. And so that's really what I'm using the resin for, is for printing miniatures. And on top of that, the character I'm playing in my group's Pathfinder game is a summoner, so I need a whole menagerie worth of exotic looking creatures. So it works really well with that. I still don't have most of them printed. I need to start doing that. I don't know why I really haven't. But maybe I'll do that before our next game night, get that all done. So without further ado, let's have a look at this printer. Again, thanks to Elegoo for sending this Mars over, as well as the filament. I really do appreciate it. It really helps when companies send these. I'm always happy to review them. Usually I get the reviews done quicker than this time, but due to some personal problems, plus being sick as a dog for the last week, I haven't really been able to do this. I actually received this on Friday. So Friday, usually I would have done this on a Friday night, but my mother-in-law was in town and had some issues going on, and my wife and daughter were in a small car wreck, and they're fine, but the car is in the shop, and my wife was kind of worried. So, and my daughter was driving. She's 14, almost 15, so she was using her driver's permit. So kind of freaked her out. So a lot of stuff going on this weekend. So I wasn't able to get to this unboxing until tonight. So, so here we go. So being that this is a resin printer, they basically come out of the box ready to print. Just take that off and pull this out. It comes with a toolkit here, as you can see. It comes with a manual. It comes with a very well packaged top. This is a silver one with an orange top versus a black one with a black base with a red top. So I can take this all off. that out of there. And there's nothing inside of that. And there's a little scratch on the inside. Nothing bad. Okay, there we go. Get that. Oh, get this off. And get the build plate off. There we go. A little bit used to the photon there. You pick those up and that comes off, where this comes underneath it, I think. Yeah. There's just a little bit of stuff in it. So you can hear that. Nice sounding there. Just making sure all the dust stuff from the packing materials gone. Don't want that on there. There we go. So we've got in this toolbox, we have a small screwdriver, a hex-based screwdriver. We have the power supply here. I will get this plugged in a moment. Comes with a little measuring cup, a USB thumb drive to put the files on, some gloves, so that will come in handy down the road, even though I do have a box of them from my, other stuff. Another snips. Use these all the time for removing the material from the supports. Hey, it even comes with a comes with a support to put the to drain the what's it called? The build plate. That's kind of spiffy. The photon does not come with one of those. Has some face masks, which I question how useful those probably are. Some of these paper filters, which honestly, what I use, I have a 3D printed siphon that I use that comes in two parts, and I actually tear out the material and stick it inside the 3D printed one, and I can rinse this stuff off multiple times and continue using it. It works out really, really well for that. So I'm going to see if this fits. No, that does not fit this. So that tool's not for that. I'm going to take the cover off the display here. Oh man, missed one little piece. Almost came completely off. There we go. It's got the cover off. It's got some extra screws, it looks like, for the body here, and it's got some set screws. I'm not entirely sure what they're for this. The back side? No, those are too big. I'm actually not entirely sure. Oh, actually that's for these internal ones here, these two. That's what these are. So looks like some of these bolts are for the body and then some for that. That's basically it. These, like I've said, these things are super duper simple. You unbox them, they're basically ready to go. Unless it's a longer 3D and you have to there we go. You have to put together that top, which is a royal pain. But they've got some stuff coming down the road that should hopefully help with that. Not that it's a huge deal, but it's just kind of a little minor issue. Now, I do know that there's been some talk on the boards that it sounds like some of these Mars, or there are some newer versions of the Mars. Hold on, I'm gonna have to get behind here. That's where my power plug is. Some of the newer versions of the Mars actually have the power plug and stuff moved around, but it looks like this is the old style. So we have power in the back. So let's see if it powers up. There we go. Lights coming on. That's what we like to see. Hey, you heard the beep? One thing I really like about these, the displays are really clean. I can jump over here. Let's see here. Back. There we go. So you can see a little bit better. So on the build plate, there's a couple screws. Oh, actually, these are pretty straight. I'm gonna maybe take it down and see if it'll. There we go. See if it'll zero for me here. I think that actually looks pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually. I'm gonna call that a pretty good zero there. I'm not gonna touch it. I think they actually had this zeroed in before they sent it. So why mess with it? Why mess with a good thing, right? So now we're gonna take the. Oops. There we go. Take the vat, put it in there. There we go. Make sure they're there. Excuse me. Still trying to get over the stupid cold. Let's see here. Am I missing anything? Okay, I'm really not missing anything. I'm gonna switch over, and I'm going to do a little bit of work in, or not cure, in situ box, however you pronounce it. There we go. So I'm going to be using 1.4, I hope. Hope I clicked the right one. I actually have 1.4 and 1.5 installed because there are issues with 1.5. Yep, I've got 1.4. Oh no, I do have 1.5. I'm running 1.5. Sorry. Let's see here. I think I clicked the wrong one. I have 1.4 and 1.5 installed. 1.5 has problems doing supports, but it's got more features. You know, it's got the updated features, so I have that. So let me switch over. Let me find OBS. Here we go. Uh, Let's see. Wow. So this whole time I've been talking and I've had no audio. Beautiful. Oh my God. So I guess I'll go back. So a lot of what I've been doing here is looking at, like, when I'm going over these little things with this, I'm looking for islands. I'm looking for pieces and parts that are creating what are called islands out here, that I want to put support on that are not supported. I really don't want that piece to go through her. There we go. So, sorry about that. Wow, I can't believe that I've had no audio this whole flippin' time. That's obnoxious. Oh. And actually, let's remove all. Let's do this one more time with this character. Let's re-add. There we go. So, re-add this. There we go. Because I had lost out on the build plate there. Okay, so here we go. Here is an island right here. Try to get to. Really minor island, but one I wouldn't mind getting some support on. If it would let me. It's not wanting to. That's obnoxious. I hate it when it doesn't let me add support. It just does not want to listen. Oh, well, I'm not going to miss out too much there. And it's the back of the model. So that's honestly one of the few places that I can handle missing out on that. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. I don't see any other islands here. From below. Sands from below, I should say. So, we've got all that. Now we can slice this model. And because it's resin, it's going to put all of these on one whole, or it'll print all of them at once, saving a little bit of time. So who's on the channel with me? I can see I've got one other person watching. Let's see here. Waiting for this to slice on through. So, oh, and I guess I should say, so since it wasn't there, these are from the Kickstarter from Dark Realms, and I'm going to, he sent me a couple over. The Warforged is this one here. It's pretty badass looking. This is from his new Kickstarter, and these Mind Flayers are from the Dark Realms Patreon. Sorry, I can't remember what it's called. And I have links to both of them in chat, or I've links to the Kickstarter in chat. And then the previous one you saw, that is from the Goblin Kickstarter that is really cool looking. I've already printed a couple figures and posted them. They look really good. Um, so this is the Warforged. I could probably hollow him, but I feel less need to hollow miniatures. And I'm just going through making sure all the layers are kind of sticking. Mainly I'm making sure we have a bottom layer, and as I go up, it stays solid. I don't have it blank out, until you get to the top, and they obviously will blank out as they do that. So then I'll save this. So I've got the Mind Flayer crew here. Let's see here. And it's going to save those out. And then these are going to be ready to print. So after this is done, I'm going to copy them over to the excuse me, the SD card, and then I am going to put them onto the printer, and I will have the printer start. And then after that, I'm going to go to bed because it's 11:30 here. I really thank you for watching this. So I'll put a links to check it out, the print jobs. I'll put some links to them in the description here once I'm done with those as well. Let's see here. Just trying to think. And then I will also have a link to the preview page about the Elegoo Mars, and you'll be able to see the prints with this blue. It looks like a blue opaque resin. So that'll be kind of nice to look at. And I've got the settings. I pulled the settings from somebody else's suggestions online. I don't know if I was in this and didn't have audio at the time or not, so I'm just in case I might be going back over that. It's an opaque resin, so you kind of up the time a little bit. Let's see here. So, oops, didn't put it in the right folder. So one thing I don't like about the G2 box is that it doesn't always put it always wants to default to where you have the files, and I actually put all my G code or whatever the output this is called. I always put it over to a different folder, and I keep all of my G code together that way. So I'm going to stick this. Hopefully the SD card that comes with this, the USB drive, is a good one. Because, kind of 3D printers are kind of notorious for not, working right. But I don't think that'll be an issue. Wow, I'm actually just looking at the SD card. It actually comes with ChiduBox 64 version 1.5, so it actually ships with the latest version of the slicing software. I'm used to these SD cards being several versions behind, not at the latest and greatest. Okay, so that's slice. So I'm going to switch back to scene. So you can see, nothing's really changed here. I'm going to be putting this in. Oh yeah, remember, always shake it. You have to have your resin well mixed when you want to pour it in. That is one of the keys to getting good print, because you need to have all of the materials mixed in together really well. So I'm going to put this. So this is what I'm going to be using. Hopefully tomorrow I will have a couple of pictures up of this on at least the some forums, and also I'll be able to put it on my preview page talking about the Mars. So thank you for watching. Thank you very much to Elegoo for sending this and the resin out. They've also promised me they're going to send out some of their new resin vats that they're doing, the four resin vats. So I'm looking forward to those. I think you're going to start seeing people picking those up and kind of using them to store different colors, and then just swap them out. I know for me with my photon, I've put resin in there and it's sat for 2 months. I've mixed it up and it printed just fine. The stuff will sit there as long as it's not in direct sunlight. It'll it'll sit there for quite a while. Now, how my room is set up, my window is actually right there. It's basically just to the side of where the camera is. So it's 2 feet away from this photon, and as you can tell, this is the old style photon with the blue cover, and it doesn't block light as well. It doesn't block UV as well. But I've never actually had a problem because the sun doesn't actually come directly in. It lights the room up, but it doesn't actually. It's not a direct kind of sunlight, so it tends to the sun, even the summer through winter, it stays over kind of on this side, and it shoots more towards like the camera or that end of the room. So it works out really well. I want to get a larger setup here so because I've got my orange tin down there. I want to put some more resin printers over here on this wall. But again, thank you to Elegoo for sending this over. Thank you for the resin. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions about the Elegoo Mars, you leave a message on YouTube or leave a message on my forums or email me, makerfun3d@gmail.com. I respond to those as quickly as possible. I really enjoy this. I do a lot for miniatures and for gaming. My website is really all about, I need to actually move this up so I can get the resin in. My website, makerfun3d.com, is really all about 3D printing and gaming. I do a little bit of photography stuff in there. That's one of the reasons why I have all the equipment here and all of this is because I actually do photography. This used to be my studio. It's now turned into a 3D printer room, and I don't really do much photography in here anymore. Though this is a portable backdrop, so I usually take it down and take it wherever I need. Usually I take it into our bedroom because it's a bigger room anyways. Makes a really good backdrop. But because of that, I have all sorts of equipment, and also it's nice to be able to print stuff for that. Like I've got a I've got a GoPro, and I've got a wire deal for it. It's actually kind of cool. So you can do some pretty neat stuff. Just like 3D printing for gaming, 3D printing for photography is pretty cool. I also fly some drones, and there's some pretty cool stuff you can do with drones as well. So again, thank you. Thank you to Elegoo for sending me the Mars. Check out makerfun3d.com. Hope you enjoy the site. And thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Have a good evening.